Alright, welcome to Season 4, Race 2, my F1 2020 My Team Career Mode. We are here at the Bahrain International Circuit for the Bahrain Grand Prix. And qualifying's just been completed. It came up short to Ricardo, but the battle for the top spot was really closer, comparatively speaking, to a lot of the pole runs last year. Only about a second separated first through ninth, covering 5 different teams in total. So, I find interesting is that I believe on the performance chart Red Bull got a little bit more. I think they're like right in, I guess, towards the leader of the midfield. So I was not surprised to see them up there. But I still find it interesting that Racing Point, who in theory are like the 4th best team, are still having some qualifying struggles. Not really sure what that means for them going forward, but we'll see. But yeah, so I fully expect to take the lead going into turn 1. Just say that.
Great work out there today. Let's have your thoughts.
It's always good to qualify at the front, isn't it? Your teammate beat you today. Was it a setup issue or something else? Appreciate your time.
Leaving our rivalry over Alexander Albon. And a little bit of a backstory. The reason why I chose Albon as my rival when the question came up in the interviews in Australia was because in Australia I was doing my practice run for the race strategy program, and Albon, I think in one of my laps, Albon was right in front of me coming through the first chicane and then going down that second DRS straight into the meat and potatoes of the course. You can take that sharp right-hand turn after that second DRS straight, and every time I passed Albon, and then every time, for whatever reason, he would just dive bomb me into the corner. And I just think it was practice. Why are you trying to dive bomb me when I'm on a fast lap? Didn't make any sense. So.
All right, I think we can call that a successful qualifying. We should be in with a good chance in the race.
Anyway, we're going to get ready to go here for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Let's look at the R&D tree. I think I'm going to go with a reliability part this time. We're gonna go with the MGUH. Gotta work on filling that reliability tree. But yeah, other than that, we're all set to go for the Bahrain Grand Prix.
here again then at a circuit famous for its stunning visuals and thrilling battles for glory. Who will take the spotlight in the Bahrain Grand Prix today? We go racing today around 3.36 miles of the magnificent Bahrain International Circuit, with 15 corners and 2 good passing opportunities into turns 1 and 4. Keep an eye out for drivers locking the front left tyre into the tricky braking zone of turn 10. Anthony Davidson also joins me in the commentary box today. Let me ask you about Racing Point. We have a number of changes to the aerodynamic regulations this year, and the signs haven't looked good for them so far in terms of getting to grips with those changes.
It doesn't look promising for them so far. And if the new regs have hit them as hard as we think, well, I suspect they may need a few late nights at the factory to get back on track.
With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Daniel Ricciardo has a clear view ahead from pole position and the owner driver alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Bottas, Gasly, Alexander Albon, and Hamilton, Ocon, Sainz, Perez, and Nobuharu Matsushita. Norris, Verstappen, Charles Leclerc, and Stroll, Kvyat, Giotto, George Russell, and Nick de Vries. Magnussen, Latifi, Giovinazzi, and Tatiana Calderon. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
After the points finish last race, let's aim to keep the momentum going.
Alright, look, it looks like a 2-stop. I'm pretty sure we can convert to a 1-stop. Race structure, tire choices. Not many medium tire runners. Only Giotto and Verstappen are starting on the mediums. Everyone else is on softs.
Okay, our system checks are good. Ready to stay in formation and start bringing the car up to temperature, please. Get some load into the tyres and work the brakes. We want them nice and warm by the end of the lap. The drivers we're fighting here are Ricciardo and Bottas. Radar is clear, weather is looking good for now. Dries seem like the best tyre for now. No threat of rain for the time being. Conditions looking good.
Prix. Lights out, and away we go. Getting that great launch as always. Running side by side with Ricardo. Moving into turn 1. Shove him out wide a little bit. Gasly looks to make a move, but he won't stick. No, he's got it. Yeah, Gasly up to P2. Now, the Renault's have been looking very strong this early in the season. Ocon finished second in Australia. Now Gasly starts this race running second.
Well done, mate. Nice start.
Of course, don't forget Ricardo. DNF out of the first race, his home Grand Prix, so he is already at a deficit compared to us in the championship. Here comes Gasly. Wide exit out of turn 1, but we maintain the lead.
DRS will be enabled this lap. You can use it when within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
Could have gone through that section a little bit better. Top 5 is myself, Gasly, Ricardo, Bottas, and Alexander
Let's use
Albon.
overtake and burn some of this energy.
It's time to do a mid-session save.
Great job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far.
Fastest lap of the race, despite being down in the second sector.
The track is clear.
Uh-oh.
Green flag.
Looks like one of the Ferraris has an issue. Gasly looks to make a move on the outside. And Leclerc is out of the race. As one of the AlphaTauris pits very early to pit. I'm wondering if he potentially got damage after running into the back of Leclerc. This is Kvyat, yep. Front wing. Damage on his car, so that's why he's coming in. Gasly's looking to make a move on our outside. Can't get it done. We will maintain the lead. No safety car for Leclerc's retirement. Oh, as I am all over the place right now through the middle sector. Oh, Ricciardo, did he just dart off the track? What happened there? I want to see a replay of that. We're on board with Ricciardo. He's on the outside of Gasly, and then just locks it up. That is a tricky corner. And he just absolutely bungled it, from what I can tell. I don't think it was anything that I did. Let's take a look. Yeah, he's on the outside of Gasly. And then Ricciardo, yeah, he just locks it up and goes off the track. He just completely missed that corner. So an uncharacteristic error by Daniel Ricciardo.
Okay, clear.
Very uncharacteristic. Yeah, very strange to see him just make a mistake like that. That's going to put him down in what position? P12. I'm sure he can fight back up into the points, but yeah, that was very, very strange. Now it's changed it a little bit with Ricciardo out of the picture for the moment. Bottas is now the one who's sitting in third place.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the softs.
Here comes Gasly with the DRS. Look to the outside. A tight entry. Oh, but he's going to be coming at us here. I would hazard a guess. No, we managed to stay just far enough in front of him. He cannot mount an attack, though. We leave the bottom open. Ooh, that was really close.
careful. We think you're going to start losing some tyre grip around now. Check your MFD for a new strategy option. Copy.
Now... Uh-oh. More problems. Somebody else has got an issue.
Green flag. Green flag? We're racing
Like one
again.
of the Red Bulls, perhaps?
Some information on Matsushita. They are out of the race. Check. Confirmed.
Everyone dives into the pits as the safety car comes in, as the safety car does come out.
Daniel's in the pits.
That was a very, very late call there.
Go now. We'll be doing one more stop today. One stop left in our strategy.
Now let's go back into the pits and see who went with what. Now everyone here is going for the soft tire from the looks of it. So that's interesting. So that means pretty much confirms everyone's doing a two-stop, though it was a little late for me to change. I think I just instinctively went to mediums, but that means we'll just be on softs at the end. See if we're coming out of the pits now, so we'll see how the order looks once things cycle out here. So that was Nobuharu Matsushita who retired from the race, by the way. He was the Red Bull that dropped out, so... He was the Red Bull who dropped out of the race. Of course, he finished on the podium in Australia. So this is interesting. I'm actually not surprised by what we're seeing here. Verstappen and Kyoto, this strategy has actually worked out brilliantly for them, as they both started on the medium tire and are essentially doing a one-stops now. This effectively puts both Verstappen and Kyoto in a net P1 and P2. So they're on the same strategy as us. Everyone has to stop one more time. So they are in great position right now. As we look through the running order, so everyone who pitted went on softs, except for me who went to mediums. So the running order on the restart will be Verstappen, Giotto, myself, Bottas, who jumped to Gasly in 4th, Gasly 5th, Perez 6th, Sainz in 7th, Hamilton 8th, Ricciardo 9th, Albon 10th. And then outside the top 10, you got Esteban Ocon, George Russell, Lance Stroll, Lando Norris, Danny Kvyat, Nicholas Latifi, Antonio Giovinazzi, Nick DeVries, excuse me, Tatiana Calderon, and Kevin Magnussen, with Matsushita and Leclerc out of the race. So very interesting, very lofty heights for Kyoto, just his second F1 start. These guys are going to have a hard time holding back everyone else that's on these fresh tires, especially the guys behind me, because everyone else behind me went for fresh set of softs. So it's going to be fresh set of softs versus the guys in front of me on worn sets of mediums. So this should be an interesting restart once we get going here. So next time by, we'll get the green. Yeah, my job, what I'm going to try to do is clear Kyoto and Verstappen as quickly as possible. I actually just realized something interesting, that Verstappen, or actually not Verstappen, Leclerc and Giotto were 3rd and 4th, or reverse that, to be more correct with the order. Matsushita and Leclerc were 3rd and 4th in Australia. So funny how they were in the top 4 first race, now this race they're both out. Alright, here we go. Safety car is in this lap.
Okay, let's get ready to go racing again. The safety car is in this lap. When the field accelerates, remember, there is no overtaking until the green flags. Safety car in this lap. Green flag.
Oh, we're gonna get Kyoto right off the start here. Can we even get Verstappen? He's gonna try to block us low. Oh, when we get Verstappen, and now Kyoto's going side by side with Verstappen. And Kyoto, look at Kyoto has gotten by Max Verstappen. Great job out of the AlphaTauri driver. And that's going to enable us to build an immediate gap to Bottas as he's stuck behind Kyoto. This worked out brilliantly for us. Of course,
a lot of spare energy. Use your
it wouldn't shock me
overtake
if
button.
Bottas catches us back up, because of course he is on fresh set of soft tires. Oh, Bottas and Kyoto going side by side to the stall of Bottas. Puts Gasly in a prime spot.
Gap to teammate behind is 4.5 seconds.
Let's see how things turned out going down that front straightaway. There's Bottas, there's Gasly just steaming past. They're going side by side with Bottas into turn 1. But it looks like Bottas has the better of him for the moment, but Gasly might have the chance to pass him there. See the gap's already starting to come down. Bottas on those fresh soft tires.
stewards have now enabled DRS. DRS is now online.
Bottas just set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Bottas into the fastest lap again. This race looks like it's going to turn into a three-car fight between Bottas, myself, and Pierre Gasly.
A new strategy is available on the MFD. Got that confirmed?
The strategy suggestion is to change the socks on lap 20, which I fairly agree with. That makes perfect sense to me. Now we're going to have a three-way fight for the lead. At least until these guys decide to pit. Which who knows when that will be, and I presume when they do, they will go on to a set of mediums. At this point, I think if the race were to finish where everyone is running now, Bottas would be my closest title challenger.
The car behind is dropping back by about 0.3 a lap.
Alexander Albon has the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. As now the two guys who were on the mediums, Verstappen and Kyoto, finally come in for their stops. I presume they will be going on to a set of hard tires for the rest of the race. Meanwhile, don't look now, but Daniel Ricciardo has worked his way back up into the middle part of the top 10. I believe he is now in 6th place, right behind Lewis Hamilton. So don't count Ricciardo out for a podium just yet. Oh, look at Bottas, he's right behind us. It's got DRS. They're going to go down low. Going to force him to go the long way around into turn 1. And speaking of Ricciardo coming, he just set the fastest lap of the race. He is on a flyer. Or he is on the move. It's on a flyer would be more for 1 lap, like the qualifying lap. The bottom line is that Ricciardo's coming. That's all you need to know. He is on the way. Oh, speaking of which, you got cars pitting now. Ricciardo, Perez, Hamilton, all coming in.
Daniel's in for his stop.
For our strategy, we have to stay out for another couple of laps. We're going to be on the fastest tire right when we want to be.
Fuel target is +1. Faster engine modes are available.
Bottas come in this time? He does, as does Gasly. So
Battery charge is high.
These next 4
Let's
laps,
use that overtake button more.
we're going to be taking the pain now, but reap the rewards later. Would not shock me to lose the lead. But again,
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the softs.
for us, it's all about being on that soft tire right at the end. Ricardo sets the fastest lap of the race again. As he tries to chase
We're
down.
leading our teammate by 27.1 seconds.
As he tries to chase down Lewis Hamilton. Yep, so again, the thing here with what I'm doing, the strategy, is that even if I lose the lead to Bottas, even if I fall behind Bottas and Gasly and in and around Ricardo and Hamilton, I'm going to be a rocket ship for those last few laps of the race. But particularly for those first like 4 or 5 laps. My car is going to be an absolute rocket ship. So that's really what I'm sort of counting on, this strategy. The rejection has now dropped me to second. Again, that's okay. Perfectly fine with that.
Tire condition is still looking good.
And the tires are still in pretty good shape.
Box. We're coming in this lap.
And again, I think if we can just come out in front of our teammate, I'll be happy. Come out in front of Ricardo. Ricardo, speaking of which, has just passed Lewis Hamilton for P4 in this race. Bottas is now under 20 seconds behind. Let's put it in the lead for this last little stretch here.
Right, come in at the end of this lap. Roger that. Soft tires at the next pit stop.
Here we go. Final pit stop. Soft tires going on. Fresh set, full attack.
Go.
2.1 seconds, a very fast pit stop. We're going to lose first to Bottas. second to Gasly. He's going to be close to
No more scheduled pit
Ricardo.
stops.
We're going to come out right behind Ricardo, right in front of Ricardo, I should say. And now we can attack. Fresh set of softs versus worn medium tires. And look at just the confidence we have through these corners. We had to back off a little bit from Gasly there. A little too touch and go. A little too tight to make a pass. A little wide, but that's okay. Still gonna get DRS. Around the outside, side by side with Gasly for position. We get it. We are through for second, and on to Valtteri Bottas. Meanwhile, Ricardo is going to be challenging Gasly here in a minute.
We need to push now. Use your overtake button for more power.
Oh, believe me, Jeff, I am pushing. Purple Sector 1. We are going to be well within DRS range of Bottas here. Oh, Bottas got a little squirmy. Look at that, we are a half second behind and closing. And the draft we'll get from Bottas will help us out even more with DRS. Fastest lap incoming. There it is, fastest lap of the Grand Prix.
That's a new fastest lap of the race.
It's going to be even better. Go to the outside of Bottas. A little bit of contact when you're back into P1. Bottas really didn't stand a chance there. Try to break the DRS barrier the best we can. Now that the hard part, i.e. getting in the pass, is complete. Gasly's going to be under immense pressure from Ricardo here momentarily. Now have a 2-second lead over Bottas. As Ricardo looking to take third from Gasly. Gasly holds on for the moment.
going to be able to run in this engine mode much longer. We're about a lap over target. Drop down to mix 2 soon.
So just go through the running order. I'm in first. Bottas second. Gasly and Ricciardo battling for third and fourth. Hamilton is in P5. Albon is in P6. Seventh is Esteban Ocon. Sergio Perez, I believe, is P8. And then you have the two McLarens of Carlos Sainz and Lando Norris, or Lando Norris, Carlos Sainz, not sure if this is order. But they are running 9th and 10th.
We're increasing our gap on the car behind by around a second a lap.
And I think Ricciardo has officially gotten the pass done on Pierre Gasly, so Gasly falls out off the podium. While Ricciardo has his sights set on Valtteri Bottas. Still plenty of time for Ricciardo to get second.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
Three laps to go this time by.
Use your overtake button more. It's time to utilize some of this energy.
There we go, Ricardo in the process of trying to pass Valtteri Bottas for second. Still side by side though. Who's going to get it? Looks like Bottas is going to hold on to it for now. And he will. Bottas maintains P2 for the moment. Final lap coming up this time.
There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining.
Here we go, final lap of the Bahrain Grand Prix.
Final lap of the race.
Almost 7 seconds ahead of second place. Can Ricardo get the pass done this time, make it stick? It looks like he might be able to. And he does. So Ricardo, after that, after falling to third on the start and having that initial bobble in what I believe is turn 9, he has worked his way back up to second to finally get his championship charge underway. Of course, this result, I'll be at 51 points, while Ricardo will be on 18 points. So we're still a full race victory ahead of Daniel Ricciardo right now as it stands. Pause for celebration as we weave to the finish line and take the win in the Bahrain Grand Prix.
Great job, you've done everything we wanted today.
A fantastic team effort then to secure victory here in the deserts. What do you think it was, Ant, that gave them the edge over the competition today?
I feel like consistency was probably the key today. There's being quick, and then there's being quick lap after lap after lap. If you can do that, you can capitalise on other people's errors without making many of your own. And that's an approach that can push you a long way up the field.
Here comes your top 3 making their way down to the podium for what can only be described as a fantastic day for Formula One. Let's see what effect this result has had on the drivers' standings. And the championship leaders secured more points today, pushing their lead out even further at the top of the standings. After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
Well, Crofty, Daniel Ricciardo would have to be my driver of the day. It's less about what he did right, but how little he did wrong. Perfect driving.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. The current leaders continue to extend their lead at the top. There was also a strong showing from the Mercedes team today as they make their way up the standings. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action. I can't wait to see what's next.
Alright, so that was the Bahrain Grand Prix. Second win in a row to kick off the season. Check the constructors first. We, of course, still lead. Renault still in second. Mercedes jumps to third. While Red Bull and Ferrari fall a little bit. Driver standings. Let's see, it's very tight for basically second through about fifth or sixth, but we are clearly in the lead. A full race win, plus the extra point for the fastest lap ahead of second place. Bottas moves ahead of Ocon. Ricciardo, of course, jumps up a lot. Gasly jumps up. Matsushita and Leclerc fall. Hamilton jumps up a little bit. Everything's happening here in the championship standings. As far as who has the score, it's basically the AlphaTauris, the Haas's, the Alfa Romeos, and the Williams. So there you go. That was the Bahrain Grand Prix.
So that was an exciting race from our perspective. Let's have yours.
Your team dominated the race today. Was it the car or the teamwork? What's the secret to your success? How do you feel seeing your teammate up on the podium?
Appreciate your time.
Taking $1.61 million. No damage deductions. To $6.74 million.
Our margins are looking good right now. I think we've got room for some more investment.
Alright, let's see what we got here. We'll do sponsor advertisements. We'll do aero team building, and we'll do durability, since those are the two departments where we need to upgrade stuff still. We do have an invitational event, so I guess we will do that. Oh, we have a part failure. That's a bummer.
I know we were expecting some new developments to come through, but some of them have failed the quality control. Make sure you indicate what you'd like redeveloped via the R&D screen.
We'll take care of that in a second, Carl. We'll do the Invitational, and how fitting that it is at the Vietnam Grand Prix circuit. So give us a little bit of practice for Vietnam before we do the next race. Complete 3 laps in the allotted time. Classic McLaren. Just under 4 minutes. Just under the gun, but I think we're gonna do it. Seconds to spare to get it done. Alright, now let's take a look and see what part failed. So we do have enough points to get this done. Actually, you can get it done in time for Vietnam. So the failure literally did not matter. The only thing it did is it caused me to spend more points. Actually, I want to look at that new livery we just unlocked. Was this one? Wireframe. Let's just change the color and see what it looks like. Oh, there's... Didn't realize those wires were in there. Yeah, I had better hopes for that livery, honestly. Oh well. That's alright, no big deal.
Okay, we've had the new parts come through from the fabrication process. We'll have them with us for the next Grand Prix.
Alright, that is it for the Bahrain Grand Prix, and we'll see you next time for the Vietnam Grand Prix.